What's up, Reno? What's up, you know what's up? It's the boss lady. Power 90 badge. If you ain't so many, you lost, baby. See that sugar cold nut. Cause this ain't no favorite. Let it be what it's gonna be. Chill out with the favorite. You talking, walking, nothing. Get me faster, slipping on you like some grass and blowing. Yeah, we going faster. Always got a good word for you. Don't like it, go to hell. If I name it, you're my better bet. Just like
You can't make it video. You won't go video. That's it.
Special edition. Super Beats Sunday. Boss lady, what's up, man?
What is new?
Yeah, Super Beats Sunday. Hey, you know it's Super Beats Sunday. So we had to do the Super Bowl Sunday. Hey, you know it's Super Beats Sunday. So we had to do the Super Bowl Sunday. Probably gonna be this movie. Y'all know what it is. This was here. Boss lady.
Hey.
Back in. What's up, dude? Back in this motherfucker. Break on top. What's up, man?
You know, I mean, it was
I'll be live and stream y'all. If you on TikTok, if you on Instagram TV, if you on YouTube, if you on Facebook Live, I need y'all turning up in the comment section, man. Boss lady Tag Duty. Call 99 to me. Y'all know what's going on. Each of is fucking find something to eat. This shit is Dr. Hurts. But I got the beat and they got the verse. So it's going to go down. Like y'all always look at the time, man. Yeah, man. Quiet on this motherfucker.
Okay.
I read another hip hop. Talking Super Beats Sunday. So we had to do this shit with all boys. Yeah. Super Beats Sunday. This where you need to get your beats from. Yeah. This where you need to get your beats from. Put your hands in. Put your hands in. This where you need to get your beats from. This where you need to get your beats from. Put your hands in. So we had to do this shit before Sunday. You know it's Super Beats Sunday. So we had to do this shit before Sunday. Yeah. What do you get your beat from? Nigga, pick with the most play. I'm playing this shit, man. This job. This is these girls sometimes broke this. Sometimes broke. This and what's up? So what's going on in the news, man?
In today's news, I got some special from last night. My tail dropping ran, see his dumb ass down somewhere. Trying to point their face in the point their finger in the nigga face last night. I know everybody saying it. The whole nigga saying it last night. But I say this though. Keep your hand out of nigga in the face, don't want 4 rings, man. You ain't got shit, man. I feel about it. You ain't got no motherfucking ring, man. Sit your one gas down. The team ain't got no ring. You ain't got no ring. God damn. But hey, on some real shit, Clay said some real shit though. He said he just want to see Jockey out there and ball. He a superstar. But guess what? He ain't had a chance to do that because he want to take accountability for his bullshit. So That's my dude for the day. Stupid shot, stupid degrees, look at everybody, man. That dude for the day.
We got boss lady in the house, man.
What it
Boss
do?
talk
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Yeah, the boss lady, the biggest nigga.
What's up, everybody? Y'all are tuned in to Boss Talk with the Boss Lady, and I'm live with Super Beats Sundayshow. What's happening? What's happening?
What do it do?
So what I want to know is, what made y'all come up with the Super Beats Sundayshow?
Well, Super Beats Sundayshow was started 8 years ago when I was living in Atlanta. When I first moved down to Atlanta, I was trying to come up with a way of, marketing myself a producer down there because I'm new to the territory. So I figured, since I didn't know nobody down there, what I wanted to do, I just started going live, making beats. So, just to kind of build my name up, and that's strictly what the show was all about. Me promote myself as a producer in a new territory trying to make beats. But fast forward to about 4 years ago, I ended up moving back home, and the show really started taking off because everybody in the city was watching. They said, man, you need to keep that shit going. So I started going around different studios and linking up with other artists, making beats for them, going live with them, putting folks on my show. And then I got over my cousins over here, and we vibe like a motherfucker. And fast forward, we right here. We've been doing this shit going strong for about 3 years.
I'm on 4 shit.
Yep, down there 4 years.
Yeah.
We've been keeping the vibe going, and we had some of the biggest producers you can name, some of the best artists from the city you can name, right here in this studio on this show, promoting themselves and getting trash from Rich Carlo.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Since you've been doing this, what is the most overwhelming thing that you have endured since you've been doing your show?
Well, honestly, me starting to get awards, because I've been doing this shit damn near 30 years, just making beats and rapping, but I never received no recognition for it, never made no money off of it. So my whole thing was, I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because this is what I love to do. But when I started getting awards and when I started getting, kudos from my fellow peers in Memphis, I'm talking about people I didn't even looked up to over the years. When folks started recognizing us and we got our award from you all, I mean, that was some of the biggest shit that was happening. Because I'm like, I had no intentions on doing it. All I wanted to do was make some hot beats with some dope artists, bring some new artists out, and that's what I always continue to do. But it wasn't until people outside of what I do started recognizing what I do that really made me feel the most proud of what I do.
So what do you feel needs to change with these artists making these beats?
I mean, the biggest thing I see is the transparency, or the lack thereof transparency. A lot of artists, and I say this about artists and producers, a lot of us just don't know the business. A lot of us don't know about the paperwork side, the split sheets, the publishing, the mechanical royalties, what the producer's supposed to get, what the artist's supposed to get. A lot of us just don't know this. We just found out we love music. Some of us are good at it, and that's pretty much as far as we go with it. A lot of artists, they just looking at it from a surface view. They don't see the work that goes into making beats, recording songs, the work that managers have to do to, keep them relevant and keep them going, the work that the program directors at the radio station have to do, the labels, all of those aspects. A lot of the artists don't know pretty much shit past the microphone.
Right.
So that's what I think needs to happen more. More of us need to take time to learn the business, and then we'll be more successful, because it ain't that we whack, it ain't that y'all shit ain't bumping. It's just that you might got something to sell, but you don't know how to sell it. That's what people like Dabosslady come in at. Somebody that's gonna teach you the business, teach you marketing, show you what the need of being on platforms, being on billboards, keeping your name relevant in other spaces, you know, getting into film and shit like that. I feel like those are the things that'll help artists grow, you know, professionally.
So if there's anything that you can change with what y'all do, what would it be? That means quiet over here.
You know, that should be cool. Mine, she give us a bigger face again. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, I want this shit to like dress it. You know, say have dress clothes on TV. I want this shit to look. So that's my girl. I just want this shit to look.
It can elevate. I'm gonna say it. And then my thing is this: it's all about, like he said, it's understanding the business. Because you really can get a 501c and get a grant and get you a free bill. It's a lot of things that you can do with what y'all doing and the government pay for it. Just people, a lot of people don't know about it because they don't ask those questions. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, any way I can help people, I try to put people up on stuff and try to research. I do a lot of research. That's why I know a lot, because at night when everybody's sleeping in, I be up all through the night researching things to try to see a way to make everybody be better, successful, and be elevated higher than what they is. You know what I'm saying? And in this game, but a lot of people fail to realize that they gotta do their research. Just hopping out here doing things, and then when stuff go down, you feel like you ain't being handled correctly because you didn't do your research before you did what you did. So with that being said, I know a lot of people don't like it, but you gotta put contracts out, because people is not gonna go on the word of mouth. Word of mouth has never got anybody paid. Contracts have. And when you go by contracts, they gotta stick to contracts. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people love free shit. But then when you help somebody and they start elevating what you gave them for free, they still feel like they shouldn't even mention you. And that'd be the least part. At least mention the motherfucker that they gave you something for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't even want to give you recognition for your work. And I know that can be frustrating to a lot of people, especially producers, DJs, anybody in the music industry. Because one thing about it, music couldn't get put out if it wasn't for the producers or the DJs. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? The radio personalities, if it wasn't for people like us, music wouldn't even be heard. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give people their recognition for things like that. But with you guys, with y'all stay consistent, and y'all been consistent for the last 8 years. I know I've been watching for the last 4 years myself. You know what I'm saying? So
Cuz carried that to us for a long time by himself. Shit.
yeah.
I remember I used to watch Cuz by himself. I be like, damn, Cuz ain't started though. You heard me?
And that's how you gotta be.
Reviews.
That's how you gotta be though, for real.
I'm telling me, we licked up, he and me, we licked out like shit. Let's do some shit. He did that one day.
And when I ain't stop. And see, that's the part about having a good team, a good backbone, a good reliable source that you can actually lean on and y'all build together. So that'd be the main important thing, is building with each other. You know what I'm saying?
I understood it though. Well, I already understood that when we linked.
Yeah, you understood it before I decided to stay to the process. You didn't back in. You didn't do the back in. So my thing is, if there's anything that y'all can tell people out here with what y'all got going, like what the one inspirational thing that each one of y'all want to tell the people that watch y'all show it?
Man, keep going, don't stop. No matter how old you is, what the fuck you got going on. If you ain't doing it, whatever you doing, don't stop and just stay consistent. I guarantee you this shit gonna eventually something. You know, it might be a crack in it though, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta go on, keep, you know what I'm saying? Just stay consistent. That's what I know about us doing what we did. How we build the fan base. That consistency, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter if motherfuckers don't like it or not. They keep putting it in their face, keep putting it in their face, keep putting it in their face, keep putting it in their face. Guess what? They gonna watch this shit, or they gonna listen to this shit.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, like what he said, you know, stay consistent, you know, stay diligent, and like what you said, do your fucking research, man. I mean, that right there is so underrated in what we do on the local scene. You know, we all had these aspirations of being big stars and shit like that. but we don't know how to accomplish that. That's why it's important for you to do the research. What you don't know, ask questions. Get around people who know. You know who making moves in the city. You see who staying relevant, staying consistent with what they do. You know, get with those people. Don't be too big of yourself to think like you don't want to fuck with nobody, because it's strength in numbers. You know, me personally, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for everybody in this room right now. You know, I did what I could do by myself, but I felt like once I got a solid team around me, people that genuinely gave a fuck and wanted to see this shit go, that's when it started elevating. I never seen 1,000 views before I sat in this room. You know, shit, I got my first 100 views in this room. You know, shit like that. So it's all about the structure of your team. You know, and before we end, I want to also give you your flowers, boss lady, because you made a lot of artists in this city, really in this country, relevant. You took motherfuckers on the road, put them on stages, and put them in front of people that they never could have done on their own, or whoever they were dealing with in the past. You made that happen for them. And, you know, I feel like you don't get the recognition you do because it's a lot of work outside of the studio. It's more work outside of the studio that has to happen than in the studio. You know, this is just phase one, us coming up with a dope record. It's what people like Boss Lady do outside of the studio is what matters most. They take you to the next level and put you in them rooms where folks put contracts and bonuses and advance payments in your face and shit like that. So I want to, you know what I'm saying, give you a motherfucking hand clap for your years in this shit and for what you accomplished. You know, this is an award-winning manager. This is an award-winning promoter. This ain't nobody who just came to the city and thought they could just, you know, manipulate motherfuckers and play games with motherfuckers. I've seen it a lot in these years. You know, people come and go in this business, but it's what they do and how they do it is what keep them around. And you've been around no matter who they came and went, who you been dealt with, past, present, and future. Your shit's still going up. Your numbers are still going up. People calling you to book you to host and book you to, you know, help them with their projects, and people still hiring you to do they, you know, management duties and shit like that. And they don't come if you're not serious about what you're doing, if you're not consistent, and if you're not dedicated. So we appreciate your dedication to this shit more than anything.
You got something to say? Some people like this fool. Well, all I know is I appreciate y'all because if it weren't for y'all, a lot of you artists wouldn't be where they at today. And working with my team, you've been down with my team for a minute, so I got most definitely got these your flowers because whenever I call you, I was there. You never say I can't, I'm not. You never make no excuses. And them the type of people that you keep in your corner is people that don't never have excuses when it's time to go. They ain't gotta get ready. They already ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to extend anything that I can to help anybody with anything they want to do. If you want to do movies, there you go. You want to do this, there you go. You know, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna make it happen.
So you what you do after that. I mean, this is facts. You know I told her, you know, that I wanted to do shit, and shit just happened.
Right.
I didn't become a DJ until I got around Boss Lady. I had one time I tried to be a DJ. A friend of mine couldn't make his gig, or he asked me to fill in. It was the worst shit I ever did. I said I would never DJ again because it sucked. I almost got beat up, you know, because I wasn't a good DJ. I didn't understand DJing, but she gave me the platform and the place to practice my craft and get better at it. And you know, I ain't gonna say I'm one of the best DJs, but I'm in there.
You in there?
You like the club, man?
Well, I'm rocking the shit out of it. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying?
Started, it was a little rocking.
It was an emergency. Whoever was supposed to be there didn't show up, and then you got a laptop, play something.
Right.
And that's how it happened. Then I started taking it serious. I started linking up with other DJs.
You gotta have all the music.
But I'm gonna tell you this: what I did
all the music.
I linked up with DJs like DJ Bishop, you know, and he showed me what to do. Then they emailed me I'm talking about gigs and gigs and gigs of songs. He told me exactly what to go buy. He told me to buy this shit, man. Look, you want to run the club, you need to get you one of these. You can get you these speakers, get this mixer. I'm gonna send you the songs, download these programs, you're gonna be straight. So you gotta have that mentorship, man. You know, we can't do this by ourselves. I can talk for days about the people who have mentored me over the years as a producer, you know, as a beat maker and as an artist. But, you know, and that's what I want to do, you know, in my later years, you know. I want to be there for the young artists and shit. I want to be able to mentor y'all. So holler at us, man. You know, we can teach you something. Don't think because a nigga ain't rich, we don't know nothing.
That's how you get your 501c.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
See, I ain't never heard you before today. See, she dropping game on us right now.
You get your 501c teaching people, students, how to be a producer. And that's generational wealth. You that's generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a warehouse. For real. Like for real. Like going on. It's a lot of people don't know the things that we do. We can take this stuff and elevate it to more than what we. It's just that we don't do our research on it. And it be overbearing because we be like, dang, I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this, man. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell everybody, the day you give up can be the day you win. It's never a competition when we all winning. That's what people got to realize. We all winning, so why we need to compete? You feel me? But you know, all I'm gonna say is it's been real. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I appreciate y'all. Let's turn up. I got a check for you. Come and want it big and come wait for people to put this on the beat. This your man, it gon' be missing you. Hope you talking smoke, you talking G when you pull it.